My name is Duff Roman, and I'm honored to be receiving the Walt Grealis Special Achievement Award tonight. I feel very fortunate for the life and career I have had, and I still have. At times, it almost seems a bit surreal, or like something you would only see in the movies. When I started my career, my name was David Mostoway. I grew up in the small town of Swift Current in Saskatchewan. I moved to Toronto in 1959 for an on-air radio job under the name Digger Dave. Soon after, I changed my name to Duff Roman, and that name stuck for life. I decided to open up an after-hours club in Yorkville called Brave New World. David Clayton Thomas, the Poppers, and the Countdowns played there. I became David Clayton Thomas's manager and launched Roman Records.
Duff and I had several hits in Canada in the 60s. Boom Boom, Walk That Walk, and Brainwashed. Duff discovered me in a little club in Toronto, became my manager. Within a year, he got a network television show for us on NBC.
But tonight, we have another exciting import from Canada. 5 young men who recently turned in their hockey sticks for musical instruments.
And that introduced me to New York, which later introduced me to Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The whole thing wouldn't have happened without Duff. He's a dear friend, a wonderful man, a class act all the way.
I moved over to Chum in 1965.
He's a go-go, Duff Roman.
Good evening, everybody. This is Duff Roman. It's 7 o'clock, and it's time to bring a little life and happiness to you right now.
Duff was the big driver behind adult rock, which was a new format in the industry where you mixed 50% rock and 50% soft rock. Chum FM immediately went to #1 and stayed on top for decades. In 1977, the two of us worked together in coordinating one of the biggest and most infamous surprise shows in history. Now, this surprise involved a little white lie in which 325 contest winners thought they had won tickets to attend an April wine concert at the El Macombo. And there were 10 buses that took the winners to the El Macombo from Chum. Duff told them on his bus that the concert had been canceled, and the unhappy fans booed and hissed at him. But their moods quickly changed when Duff said, "We have a special guest for you. You may have heard of them.
The Strolling Bones?
The Rolling Stones." And the fans' boos immediately changed to cheers. And this show has become one of the most iconic surprise shows in history that people still talk about today.
In 1982, Duff became the founding president of Factor. When it started out, the pool of money was small. I think $140,000 worth of funding annually was divvied out to Canadian artists. And after some lengthy discussions with Gary Slate, Duff convinced Gary to bring his Canadian talent library over to Factor. And in 1985, he did. This led to government funding assistance, and the rest, as they say, is history. Factor now disseminates over $20 million annually to help support Canadian music.
I think the key to my success has been to not take any achievement for granted. I've been grateful to colleagues and mentors. I've stood on some strong shoulders in my time. And even though I have technically retired from my day job, I'm not looking for the rocking chair anytime soon.